Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of your Daily Dose. Today, a very auspicious occasion. We are on our good friend of Discord, right up there with Grandpa Ray and the left and right nuts. Of course, the Master of Flame, Mr. DehNyle. And he's graciously allowed us access to his infamous Woo account, which means we can explore, I guess, from a late game perspective, what you should aim for. Let's be honest, most players will never achieve 300 billion without spending money, and that's absolutely okay. You don't have to enjoy the game. You can always find ways to maximize your account the long way, which is the free to play way. Eventually, everyone is going to have access to all of the mythics anyway, so it is very relevant. It's still relevant. You can check it out and, of course, make your decisions from the, well, I guess, observations. Now, spoiler alert, I already went in and I was halfway through part of the upgrading testing video when I got a call that I had to take, which kind of threw things out. So we kind of have to restart in terms of what we've done. I am not really going to do too much in terms of power ups, but I kind of I got the go ahead to either switch between. We had to upgrade one of his weapons, which we went with Tashishi, of course. If you are curious, it costs 50 of the type, and then it costs 100 for level 2. So it's very, very expensive. Unfortunately, we only have like 67 shards. So we can't do the next level. But it is cool because you can actually switch between the types. So depending on your play style, if your HP is lower than the targets, you do additional damage. If your HP is higher than the targets, you do additional damage. I kind of stuck with the water one, but you can switch between either or. It really has no impact. Certainly try out and test your play styles. And of course, DehNyle will be playing around with that a little bit later on. Ultimately, if he doesn't want to run the Imperishable Scythe on this character, he can always just switch it out to another character. But why would he? This is his DPS on the account. Talking about his account, he does actually have Misude, so we're still rocking that. Kind of like me on the Warlord account, still rocking the Time Heroes, or should I say Timepiece Heroes, maybe? That would be a better idea. I don't know. I guess the Time Heroes. Anyway, he's running this lovely lady. She kind of pops off. She didn't really do too much for the team, if I'm going to be completely honest. I never really see her do anything when I was having my test before I was interrupted. But I mean, of course, Xiao Yu is up there. And pretty typical, Sun Luban. We do have the newest one, Lu Su, and our Tashishi, the main attraction. I think he'll get him to 7-star eventually. And last but not least, our main protagonist with War God Liao Zhang as the transformation. So pretty stock standard. I will note that this lovely lady surprised me a lot with the damage that she was doing. So we're definitely going to go back in and test her out to show everybody. Lu Su appears mainly to be... I mean, he does damage, but he looks like he's AoE, so he doesn't really do like mega bursty damage. If you're thinking of building him, yeah, he's a must build, of course. He sets everyone on fire, and he resets the burn process to his ultimate ability, I should say. This one down here, Blazing Fire, is really good because if the enemy's on fire for 1 round, it extends it back out to 2 rounds. So it pretty much just keeps rotating burns upon burns upon burns. And of course, as you know, you do have different forms of burns. So this one pretty much resets all the stacks of burns that you will get. For example, this guy here, he has, what's it called? Fire Deity. Which is a different form of burn, which I don't think many players probably picked up on, but there are different aspects of setting these guys on fire. I believe Tashishi has Soul Blaze. His one is slightly different, But basically, the gist is you set them on fire. So it's still the burn effect. It's just called different things. I don't know if it actually like if it technically, because this one is a chance to spread burn to everyone. So is that a different thing? He explodes the burn effect, which is a different thing. I mean, this guy kind of, it's interesting because he pretty much explodes the burns, right? Which means that if you slot him in round one, he doesn't explode anything like in the formation. So it kind of making more sense. The more I read into the skills, the more I explore them, I can understand the positioning a little bit better. But this guy here with the explode is it's like his ultimate. It's like his, by the way, oh, it's actually his rage ability, which is interesting. Let's go back. So this actually, while we're here, we can talk about her. So she's super duper tanky. I strongly recommend, if you're gonna do her, put her in like slot, probably in the front row. You could go any slot in the front row realistically, but slot three probably is your preferred slot. The reason being is the more damage she takes, the more damage she deals back to the opponent, and she also has an ability to heal herself when she takes damage. She's like sort of like Jiang Wei. She's definitely a tank. She surprised me how much damage she actually does do. But of course, that curse ability right there, attacker shares damage taken by Sun Laban, and it lasts 3 rounds, and it really does stack the higher the fight goes. And of course, she has the ability to heal herself. Anyway, back to old mate Tashi. I'm just curious to see if all his abilities have the burst effect on them, or if it's just his as his rage ability, and that has explode, and this has soul burn. So soul burn, I'd say, is a different category of attack. It doesn't inflict burning ability. Flame assault, however, does. It has soul burn on him. Interesting. And then a Jaws chain ability. The more you read, the more you learn, right? But this one here is interesting because soul burn, it seems like it's a separate burn facility. So I'm curious to see whether or not, I know I'm harping on about because the whole nation is based on fire, right? It's setting shit on fire. So I'm interested whether or not soul burn gets reset as well, because of the burn effect of Lu Su, or if it's simply just one type, which is the standard burn, or if the additional forms of burn, such as Xiao Yu's burn, also get stacked up as well. I don't even know if we could really see that. The game really falls short within the whole demonstration. Anyway, I'm going to assume that at least it stacks. But Explode here seems very interesting. This is kind of where he must get most of his damage from. Remaining burn damage is dealt to the target, then remove the burn effect. Explode. Alright, anyway, enough chit chat. Of course, running this on old mate. I feel like he runs this on Tashishi because of the formation setup. So at the moment, Tashishi is in slot number 5. So that means that by the time that all the actives go off, you should technically have a chance to use Soul Burn. And of course, that's his rage ability and it'll explode crap. I assume that's the idea. Even if he doesn't get his ultimate off, he should still get his rage off, which then explodes crap. So Lu Su essentially sets everybody up, sets them on fire. His main protagonist, War God, chops down everybody and does the triple attack. Then, of course, Sun Luban does her tanky thing, and you know, basically the weakest link at that stage gets linked up to her. And then, of course, Xiaoyu puts another layer of burns, and then old mate Tashishi explodes them. And then Masuda, I don't even really know what Masuda does. I think she just keeps reapplying burns. Realistically, she's just like she's a filler. I was just gonna say she's a filler. I'm sure, I mean, probably back in the day, I would say she was amazing. But the way that the game's transitioning, we have to admit that you know, that's no longer the case. Of course, Fire Kitty's up there, very cool. You got some G4 going on. You maxed out Cyan Rook, which is very sexy, and of course, Thunder Beast is at 4-star. So pretty stock standard. I don't feel like there's any real differentiation between beasts. At the end of the day, everyone has the max beasts, and that's really the goal to run. But for this nation specifically, let's check out some additional things. So I did a couple of attempts here already. As I said before in the previous video that got interrupted, I was just checking things out, and to be fair, it's not a bad showcase. Not a bad showcase. I mean, we can do some resets to see who's got what. So okay, so this is going to be a warlord fight. So let's go ahead and jump into that. We've got Sun Luban in slot 1, and of course Lu Su in slot 2, and then of course Tashishi running the fan, I guess the charms. Sorry, the charms. The reason why Heaven Sword is being run on Lu Su is to maximize his hatred round 1. It's very important because he wants to use his ultimate to burn the rest of the world down, and I feel like pretty self-explanatory. All the combo charms, by the way, well, the first two, I should say, inflict some form of fire or burn as well, which is very important for this nation. So if you are going to build something, I would recommend getting the, whatchamacallit, if it'll let me show you, this one, Starlight Pierce. Alternatively, I believe this combo is Earthquake, which also does... does this do burning? Maybe this doesn't do burning. Interesting, but I think it does damage reduction, which isn't too bad. Well, we'll check that out in a sec. Yeah, 3v3 pretty lethal. But like I said, this little lady surprises me. She surprises me. Now, we all know that Tashishi is going to be the star of the whole attraction. Earthquake Charm, interesting. So definitely Starlight Pierce to add that damage increase plus the ability to set the world on fire. Obviously, I mean, look, we need to find some people around the same level, right? Because these guys are only at 100 bill, and I don't want to chew through all these gold. Ooh, 300 bill. All right, this one's a little bit closer. Is this the one we just fought? Am I tripping? I don't know. I can't remember. But we're going to fight another warlord around the same power level. I think, if I remember correctly, DehNyles at like 308 billion, and this guy's at 300. So, relatively speaking, close enough. I actually don't know why this warlord picked this lineup. You really confused me. what what are you doing? What the that's um what? I understand Zhao Shi, but I really do not understand Zhu Zhang. Uh did this person quit? I want to say this person quit because that's terrible. That's a shame. What the hell are you doing? You are not representing warlords at all. Anyway, give me that account. If that person quit and I can get that account, I think we could probably make that into something a little bit more viable. What in the heck was that? Let's see if we can get some more 300s. 234 billion. I mean, is this a shoe nation? This is a shoe nation. We'll fight this guy. I assume we're going to win because we're, 30 or 40 billion above his power level, but you never know, right? So, shoe nation. Every single shoe nation seems to go with bloody Xiao Xiao. Very annoying. He's a very annoying character to fight. Ooh. Still got the burst capability. I like to see that. We wasted our Sunfire fucking bolt on you. Oh, jeez. That's one benefit of running Cyan Rook is the ability of that stupid overshield. It is very very OP. I mean, I don't really feel like it's going to do too much for your team, but I mean, in certain circumstances, sure, PvP, no. But I'd say PvE, it's probably going to keep you alive a little bit longer. And of course, Earthquake. Now I'm curious about Earthquake. I'm going to go check that out after we do at least one more fight. And we kill you. And then one thing I will say about old mate Jiang Wei is he is redonkulously tanky, even against nations like this, with all the burns that are inflicted upon them. He just he just doesn't want to die. I'm assuming we're going to see just how strong he is in a second. Yep, he managed to kill one of us. Now he's certainly not a DPS character. Like, don't get it twisted. This guy's at 7 star, um, running, of course, the mythic sword. So he's got the burst potential to kill some people. But the reality is he's really not meant to kill people. So don't watch this and go, oh, I got a shoe account. I need to build Jiang Wei to 7 star. No, build Zhang Fei to 7 star before you build Jiang Wei. Zhang Fei is the DPS of Shu, 100%. Um, Very very impressed with what he can do at the moment. And if you are still watching, make sure you tune in. We're going to be doing our Yawning Ways very first mythic transformation. It is a toss up between Fat Dude, the Tiger guy, who's skinny now, and of course Zhang Fei, everyone's favorite alcoholic. So I feel like, I'll leave it up to you guys. I'll leave it up to you guys and girls in the comment section down below. Who should I pick? Should I pick the alcoholic or the skinny fat dude that went to the gym? It'll be interesting to see if people actually comment on that. He seems to be dodging a lot, this guy. He's very sketchy. He must have a high evasion build on him. Hmm. You can't dodge burns forever, son. You're going to get burnt in the end. But like I said, super tanky. Super duper tanky. And certainly, Shu Nation is a very annoying nation. I wouldn't say that they're the greatest nation, but I mean, if they were equal power, I don't know if we would have won that, to be completely honest with you. I feel like if we were in the same sort of power bracket, Desmond would probably be thrown down with us pretty significant. Although the problem with him, and I mean, look, it's not to say it's a problem, but obviously, Valiant Zhang Fei. I mean, it's not it's not 1 star. I don't even think is that 1 star. Maybe it was 1 star. I don't feel like it had an opportunity to shine. Maybe it was just poor positioning. But of course, yeah, power does make a huge difference to the outcome of the fight, at least in most instances. All right, let's jump out of there because that was fun. Um, Realistically, there's not a lot of game modes that we can find people around our power level, which is I'm very appreciative that DehNyle has let me jump in before he's done his dailies, so we can have at least a chance of finding something that could resemble a decent fight. I did check out Arena, and he's light years ahead of most of the guys here. So again, there's Desmond, which was the Shu Nation. So he'll be interesting to fight when he gets a little bit higher in power level, and of course builds Zhang Fei. I feel like that could be an interesting battle in the future for this account. But where else is there? Where else is there? I saw it before. I know I wasn't tripping. I'm pretty sure I didn't do it. Did I do it? No, I didn't. Enemies of the gate. I'm freaking positive I didn't do this. All right, so Grand Marshal. I swear this is just versing yourself, which is just awkward. But let's see a direct replica of a Wu Nation. I did actually mess around previously with the formation, and I tried Tashishi slot 1. It was terrible. Don't do that unless you're running the sword on him. I strongly would recommend not doing that. I see a lot of players that will do that because they want to kill the first column, but without the sword on him, he really is not going to do anything, unfortunately. because his explosion has nothing to explode. Go figure. And his soul burn is it's nice, but again, you kind of need him to explode shit. So that's food for thought right there. So right now it's we're even, and everybody's on fire. Like literally everyone is on fire. Now, oh, we actually got silence. That's not good. Can he attack again one more time? Yep. And then he explodes one, and he seduced another. I like the seduction on him. It's very spicy. He might he might not die here. No, but he's probably going to kill DehNyle again. Almost. It's funny finding yourself, right? It makes absolutely no sense, but he's yeah, the game, right? When you get to the top, the tippy top, the only person you converse is yourself. Unfortunately, stun chance. I feel like just from the numbers alone, we've got this, but you never know, right? Still using Moonlight Dance, which is encourageable. Of course, River Overlord is your last one. Evasion. And of course, Tanky Son Laban still alive. And you can tell that you can tell that his ability takes away the burn. Like, you can definitely see that the enemy loses the burn after he hits Tashishi. So it certainly works. By the way, he has to do his rage ability for that to happen. But we should see it now. When he hits, if he hits now. Nope. Still waiting for him to do his rage attack. Come on. Wow, this fight is going on forever. Come on, now hit his rage attack. Did it explode? It didn't explode. That's interesting. It's a different kind of burn, though. Maybe by the end of the video, I'll figure out what the different layers of burns look like. uh, Probably not. Although that swirling thing around their feet, I assume that's soul burn, but whew, that was close. That was closer than I would have thought it would be. So Lusu, really not a huge DPS. Sunderban, the annoying one. Both Tashishis rocking it. Misude really not doing anything. Xiaoshi kind of just not really doing anything, just adding to the overall layers of burns. But okay, so we don't need to keep fighting ourselves because that's kind of a pointless exercise. We're going to jump into Siege and check that out in a second. But before we do so, let's have a look to see what ones we're rocking. So you're rocking Earth Charm. So ignores heroes' defenses and burns them. Can't be removed. Okay, so that's the reason why. Damage reduce all enemies. Damage bonus 25% for 2 rounds. But the main point is it sets people on fire. Very much stock standard. And of course, the Mythic Generation 2 charm also sets everybody on fire with unremovable burn. And of course, gives a damage bonus as well. I'll be interested to see if many players will invest in the mythic one if it lets me click that button. Very good game. It should be this one here, right? Pen Charm? Worldly Pen Charm? What the hell is that? All right, well, that's an interesting name. Can I have a look to see what you do? Hmm. Rage reduction is sexy. Damage reduction is nice. Do you do anything at later stages? Additional rage reduction. Interesting. All right, let's just watch this. Yeah, okay, well, it hits 4. I don't know if you'd build that, though. arguably rage reduction is still relevant, but what about Tiger Power? Would that be worth building instead? All right, so your damage is increased by 4%. Okay, that's interesting. Whenever the target loses 10% of HP, they increase their damage. All heroes' damage is increased by 50% for 2 rounds. Does bonus that could be good. This could be good. Yeah, I could see that actually being quite nice with the damage bonus. Does that mean that every hero then gets that when they lose HP? I'm sidetracking here, but it looks like that. All attacks all enemies lowest HP, extra damage, damage increase, bonus to all heroes. Okay, that could be a little bit more spicy. If you had the resources, I'd work towards getting that charm potentially as a damage bonus buff. All right, now the long-awaited siege. I'm gonna check this out. I'm also gonna make. Well, actually, before we jump into that, I just want to curiously see. Have you finished Warrior Trials yet? Of course you have. So it's 105. That is the maximum. 945 stars. So we can't even do that one. Not that we want to steal every little aspect to the game away, but that would have been fun to do. Anyway, Siege. Siege is where it's at, and unfortunately, it looks like. I mean, I've tested out this already, so I've been looking through, and I've had a couple of fights to see the results of, because I want to vary it up. I want to fight players around the power level, but also ones from different nations, just to showcase the strengths and weaknesses. Now, this guy here, Blind Face, is a little bit stronger than us. Sadly, he seems to run a Way Nation, which apparently is the bane of all nations' existence. So let's just jump in here. He's about 10 billion above us, which means he's going to go first. And of course, the yeah, he runs Xiao Xiao, that freaking puppy dog. I swear, he's the thing of nightmares in late game teams. He's gonna freeze everyone, isn't he? Almost, but he's silenced so many people too. That is never good. That is never a good thing. And of course, he's running War God Liao Zhang in the middle. But I guess this is just something you wanna when you try to showcase some of the things and have some fun. It is always relevant for the audience and for people in future perspectives. I don't really feel like Wu Nation is really a PvP nation, which is kind of an odd thing to say, but it certainly is a nation where you can do some big damage numbers. I'd say this is one of those big damage number nations. It's going to take you a while to get to that point, and unfortunately, there isn't a lot of game mechanics currently that allow you to get past round five. But round 5 to 6 is realistically when those burns kick in, when you're continually, hitting for huge numbers with Tashishi, and of course all of the combinations with that. That's when you start to get a little bit more excited. Now, obviously, every nation has its weakness, and in PvP, it is always going to be Wei. Wei is the cream of the crop when it comes to pissing people off in PvP. There are nations that can burst through that, such as Wall that actually has pretty good chances of bursting through that if you're around equal power level. And of course, other way nations can fight. Then there's Shu with their infinite freaking rage regeneration. But Warlord definitely doesn't get as much love as other nations, and it takes a long time to develop it. But anyway, enough chit chat. Let's go fight some people. What are you? You're Warlord. Let's give you a go. I don't want to kill too many, or attempt not to kill too many. Try to keep the peace, as tempting as it would be. We are, of course, we're gonna keep the good times rolling. We'll see how we go. Even though this guy's like a little bit, less powerful than us, it's still annoying. It's still annoying to see what other nations can do to you, right? Lubu, good old Lu. You're getting a bit long in the tooth, sir. You're not killing as many people as you used to. Ah, so that's what it is. So that little swirly thing around her feet is her shared fate. That's what it is. I was wondering what the hell that thing was. Alright, so now I know that's her ability, Shared Fate. So she absorbs damage to whoever she's linked to, which is at the moment a Lusu. Cool, cool. And of course, Dank Stash, keeping it real. Sadly, he's probably going to die in a second, but the slow burn. Oof. Managed to kill Lusu. Not pleasant. Does that mean the minute that the one with the soul link, does it transfer across? No, it doesn't. Okay, so it needs to be reapplied. Interesting. Learning some new things as we progress. Seduced. Very overpowered charm, or tactic, I should say. And of course, boom, we managed to kill you. Alright, well, at the end of the day, I feel like we need to find some other people. Let's find some other people. Who are you? You're another Wu Nation. Don't really want to fight you just yet. Mister is Shu, so let's give Mister a go. Let's see if old mate Zhang Fei does some chopping. Ooh, it'd be sexy if Scorch Heaven killed someone. Oh, it did! I just said that. That's awesome. I mean, it's almost like I feel like it's mandatory to run War God Liao Zhang as the MC, right? You could probably get away with Xiao Xiao, but it just seems like War God just does is just better. Okay, so he did his soul burn thing. He did kill some people then, which was cool. I still don't know what Misada that chick does. That Misada, I really have no idea what you do. I guess an alternative to her would be Sun Shi or Guan Yu. Not Guan Yu, Ganing, not Guan Yu. That could probably be the alternative. Maybe Sun Shi because he's pretty bursty when he gets up to 7 star. Kenshin's still alive. The old solo target himself. He's a bit of a beast as well when he gets his hits off. And of course, you can't see statistics, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure I didn't kill Mister then. Um, Cyber Sword, nah, kind of getting a little bit low. God of War, I mean, he's close. He probably is going to win. I have faith. I have faith in Warlord. So let's see if War God manages to beat us. Interestingly, he went with Chow Chow. I assume he's gonna have he must surely have some legendary outfits to make him shine. Then let's see how much. Oh no, two's okay. We can live with two. We can't live when they freeze our entire freaking team. Sadly, that means we don't get as many burns off though. So I'm assuming we're not going to be able to burst. But you do have sexy UG there. Ooh. Zhao Yu hanging on is about to die. Yep, he's definitely dead. I think Dominant Stash is going to go around for round 2 now. Nope. That's bad luck. That's actually bad luck. When you stun Xiao Xiao, when two of your members of your team they can't get out of the ice. Damn it. That means we lose Lusu that time. We're probably going to lose Sun Laban, actually. I mean, she hasn't even linked up at this stage. Damn. Everybody's poisoned, and Dankstash is chopping and seducing like a boss. We all know I'm rooting for Warlord, right? I'm always going to be a Warlord fan. Oh, jeez. I still don't know why he went with Xiao Xiao, though. I still don't know why he went with him. Alright, this is pretty much game over. I think this is pretty much game over for our team. We might be able to kill one more, but after that, I think we're, yeah. Yeah. I had faith we might have been able to take one more guy down. We're not going to keep fighting old mates because he's only got two left. Draconis, 261 billion. Sky, 200 billion. And then, of course, it kind of jumps up from there. 345. Actually, you know what? I mean, he's Way, right? He's nah. Way's gonna beat us. Way's gonna beat us. We all know that's gonna happen. A lot of these guys are running Way. Ooh, you actually have VIP 18. Interesting. All right. Well, for shits and gigs, let's just fight this guy and just see him wipe the floor with us. Wow, that's 500 billion power above us is the answer. Oh, damn, that was insane. I mean, if you didn't get your round one wipe achievement yet, DehNyle, you may yet still get it. I don't know if resurrection counts though. Probably not. All right, we're just gonna skip ahead there. Damn. How's the vid going? It is going good, sir. It is going good. We will be jumping out in a second, though. I am enjoying myself playing around a little bit. Let's see if there's any other players around that power level of 300. I'd say they're probably all congregating in one area. Mash is nearly a billion. Dude, that dude's nearly a trillion. What? 100, 900, far out. 900 East Kings. Is there any kings that are around the 300 mark? Probably not. Evan, Evan, good old Evan. Yes, I remember your name, Evan. Evan. Well, you know what we're gonna do now, though, right? I swear it was Evan. It must have been Evan. Anyway, we're gonna kill Evan. I don't apologize at all. Where's the other one? I know there's another one that I was looking for the other day. Where is he? No, it wasn't Ace. It wasn't Quinn. It was definitely WoW. And I swear my other account had star members that were attacking me. But I don't think there's any star members here. Gotta have some fun too, right? It wasn't who, no. Who are generally good. Some of them are, actually, was it who? It wasn't Mister. It was. Anyway, I don't want to start a war. It's fine. But that's a pretty much an open ended observation of how the team structure is for Wu. It certainly seems like it is all about your survivability. Because if you can outlast the enemy and get enough layers of burns for Tashishi to kill them, that's pretty much where I would draw the line and say, game over. But if you can't get that off, then it seems a little bit lacking. It seems a little bit lacking. Now, this is a fantastic count, don't get me wrong. And by no means do I think that the Wu Nation itself is weak. It's certainly not going to have too much trouble keeping up with other nations. Like, there's no distinctive, oh, you must build this nation because it's superior. I mean, everybody will yell at me and say, oh, but Wei Nation and all of the other nations, they'll all be like, these ones are so much better. And obviously, old mate here, Tiger Shoe is amazing. Just gonna make sure that I don't press any purchase buttons. No, I don't think he's got any charms. Or Zhang Fei, he's really overpowered. I mean, they all relatively are strong. Lusu is necessary, though. The thing with a lot of these other nations, we look at it from, it has to be really bursty in order to be powerful. But the playstyle of Wu is not burst. The playstyle of a Wu is sustained damage reduction. So you're constantly building your damage reduction while you're constantly sustaining damage to the enemy through burning. And then, of course, Tashishi is your overall, he's your main DPS, right? We all saw that he's the main DPS. He's the star of the attraction. And essentially, you need to set the world on fire for him to shine. And of course, the Mythic Gen 3, Lu Su, is benefiting from that because he's setting the world on fire. Alternatively, I mean, a lot of people were asking me about Yuji as well, saying, is he good? Should you build him? Ultimately, he's a control hero, but he really shines if you can get him to the point where his attack is scalable because he does magic damage. And he actually does pretty significant amounts of magic damage. If you actually look at the damage scale percentages, I mean, these ones are maybe a little bit skewed because we're looking from a transformation perspective, but 520% scalable by attack to 3 random enemies, also attacking them and also inflicting poison upon them. It really is one of those things where if you can control the enemy and do actual bursts, I would say smaller bursts than for the typical Lu Bus of the world, but smaller consistent bursts to them, and you're poisoning them, and you're preventing them from attacking. He's a control hero. He has a place within the nation of Warlord, but I feel like the game is gearing everybody's mentality to think, oh, well, if I can just burst it down and I can just, one shot and one rotate a team, then therefore that nation must be, the best one out there. Just remember that Generation 5 and 6 change everything. So if you haven't already checked out Grandpa Ray's videos, he's in our Discord. He's got his own little sub piece, the crazy Chinese grandpa. We call him Little Gremlin. Well, I'm going to start calling him the Little Gremlin. He and Midoriya, they have their little chats going on. But basically, if you want to check out some of the later game accounts, I mean, you can hit him up and ask him to show you what they do. Obviously, I can't speak Chinese, so he has to translate and all that sort of stuff. But there are certainly other heroes out there that are going to make other nations shine. And the majority of, I want to say, Chinese Megalodon players play with Wu. So that's very interesting that the people that spend vast amounts of money, time, and effort on the oldest, or well, basically the oldest server being the Chinese server, actually play with Wu. So there's got to be a reason why they do that. Spoiler alert, you might need to ask Grandpa Ray to show you why, but yeah, a lot of them play with Wu, and a lot of them play obviously with Shu Nation. That's not a secret. And of course, Wei Nation is great for PvP and PvE. I feel like Wei Nation is by far the easiest nation to play with if you are new relatively to the whole Dynasty genre. Wu is definitely for those that perfect their craft. I would say um, it's the most technical nation out of all of them. I'm not enjoying playing it because I like it easy. I do like it easy. Warrior Trial is an absolute pain in the ass with Wu. Glory Hall, I mean, look, we'll finish it out with playing a little bit of Glory Hall. What's this one? Charm reduction, beast reduction. Do you have any? No, okay. So you're not going to give us any hassle if we attack you. Let's see. Let's say we stack with a little bit of longer PvE fights because we've only really been showing what we can do against other nations. Let's see what we can do in terms of longer PvE type fights, and then we can call it a day. DehNyle can have his baby back so he can do his progress, which I know he wants to do. So everybody is on fire. That's impressive. I still know, I really don't know how I feel about the main protagonist. They're always so squishy in this game. And then you've got Gus, you've got some additional rage, you've got some stuns going on. So, Zhao Yu's got the stuns, I'll give you that. All those layers of burns is pretty sexy though. And of course, he enacts flaming, which means that they all go back to 2 rounds of burning. More burning. More burning. Hey, look, more burning. Soulfire burning. Hey, and whoa, lo and behold, more burning. But does that mean? I don't know. I mean, look, the stuns and the burns are nice, but you really have to set it up, don't you? You have to set it up. You got to set it up for old mate Tashishi to do his job. More burning, more stunning, and more burning. Just sets the world on fire. I mean, we're round 4. There's no chance of us dying. Which is interesting. Like they're literally doing no damage to us. They're on fire, and we're slowly but surely killing them. Now, if we were playing any other nation, I don't think we'd be consistently doing as much overall damage. I mean, it'd all probably end up being the same, but can we actually outburn the healer? Because they got healed for some reason just then. So we've got poison, we've got burns, we've got more stuns going on. I think they actually had a combo charm, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken. And we've got some seductions going on. It's a long fight. I hope everyone brought their snacks. Come on, Tashishi. Just finish it already. Just finish it with your ultimate ability. Oh, wow. No, they keep healing themselves. This is not good. Can we not kill these guys? Have we gotten to the point of the game where it's just simply not going to happen? We can control them forever, but can we kill them? Huh. Tashishi, you are failing me. Is there a better positioning for me to put him? Hmm. I mean, we may actually we may actually run the clock out on this. No, we can't. I don't think we can out kill their heals right now. I mean, they like I said, they can't kill us, but we can't kill them. Jeez, it's a stalemate. Yeah, I don't think we can actually win this. Huh, that's hilarious. All right, let's speed this up. Let's speed. Now that we've endured this far, let's just see how far we can come. I'm confused why Tashishi's not killing this guy though. He's got everything set up. He's got all the explosion going on, but nah, he just can't burst him down. I mean, how far? How long is a piece of string, game? Can we just end this already? DehNyle, you must have the most patience in the world. You have exercised your patience, sir. I would have just exited the application by now. Legit exited the application by now. Round 17. Are you kidding me? How freaking. This is an experiment for science now. How high can we get this game? Oh, we're slowly dying now, but they're at full health. That's crazy. Round 19. Surely there must be a cap. Surely there must be a cap. Wow. It's giving me some ideas though. I have to admit this is giving me some definitive ideas. So 20 rounds is the end. We can't see the statistics, but that was painful. Of course, you have to remember this guy's on floor 42. 42. Far out. Floor 42. Damn. What are the rewards now that we can actually see that? Oh, okay. So you can get some imperishable gear set, more gear set. You get the mythic, and what is it? So 45. Okay, so still got a couple of levels to go. Good luck with that. I don't know how you're going to beat that guy. I literally have no idea. And we're not going to put ourselves through that again. But thank you so much for allowing me access to your account. It has been a pleasure to see how what the extent you can really mess around with Wu. Is it ultimately the best nation of them all? Sadly, I'm still going to go with a no for me, but I definitely do see it having the potential if you can set the teams up right and you are in the perfect storm situations. I don't know if I don't know if I probably would revise my recommendations from previous videos. When we first started way back when, I said Wu is a pretty good nation to start off with. I would ultimately say Wei is the best nation to play this game with. If you want easy, play Wei. If you want difficult, strategic planning, and 20 round fights, play Wu. Hopefully that's been semi-informative and a little bit entertaining for all you fellow watchers to the very end. Stick around, stay tuned. The next video will be coming at you from Yawning Way's account, and we are going balls deep to decide which of the transformations best suits us. And we'll catch you all in the next one.